Well, hi there. This is Bob Kramer. Welcome back to another episode of Kramer's Garage. So, we have a project in the garage today. I like to work outside since I'm at the small garage in the Philippines. But today it's been kind of raining off and on all day and it's pretty windy outside. So, I'm working inside the garage even though it's a little bit cramped. So what we're working on today is a Rusi Tc-125. This is a Filipino brand motorcycle. I think it's primarily made in China. However, it is a Philippine company that imports the parts, and maybe they do the final assembly here in the Philippines. So anyway, here's the bike, okay? This bike is about 4 years old. As near as I can tell from looking up specs, is it produces about 8 horsepower and 12 Newton meters of torque. So it's not a powerhouse. It weighs approximately 200 pounds. So I don't expect it to be real fast. Now this particular bike belongs to a carpenter. So of course, there's a handsaw tied onto his handlebar. I guess I'll remove that before I start the work. So, as I said, this bike is about 4 years old. The headlight high and low beam switch is broken. The clutch lever is broken also. The headlight socket, I previously took the headlight out to see if I could get his headlight working and found that the headlight socket is corroded and rusty. The brake, wow, the brakes are in need of adjustment at least, if nothing else. That brake lever, it's a cable operated brake, so fixing that is probably just a matter of adjusting the cable. The clutch lever, however, is actually broken. He's been still riding it and he's made it work, but it is broken. And also the gear shift pedal, it has a heel toe shifter. The gear shift pedal was broken and I put a new shift pedal on it a couple weeks ago. Now the amazing thing is, here's the new parts. First of all, that gear shift lever is new. And then I've got the handlebar switches for both sides, the headlight socket, and the clutch lever. Now, I bought all of these parts. This is a wonderful thing about the Rusi. I bought all of these parts, including the gear shift lever, for about 800 pesos. That's around $15 US. So for 800 pesos, I got everything I need to put this bike back in decent shape, I hope. The bike itself, new. This is the Tc-125. The bike itself costs $950. Let me think. No. The bike itself costs 45,000 pesos, brand new. That's approximately $850 at the current exchange rate. So this is literally an $850 motorcycle. And I'm going to do my best to make everything work like it's supposed to, because right now his headlight is not working at all. So I'm going to dig in. First thing to do is remove the saw. Well, I've got my coconut shell parts bowl. Put all the small parts in. Set that over there. First thing I have to do is take off this shroud. Fly screen. here's my headlight. And there. Uh-oh. I see a problem. There's the light bulb. The new socket I got is obviously not the right one. Okay. As you can see, that's not the right socket. Okay, before I get too carried away, I want to make sure that my switch actually matches. Let's see. This one's high and low, left and right, orange. Okay. Now here's the original. That matches. Does the color code match? Orange, gray, blue. I don't have a wiring schematic for this bike, so I'm just going to make sure that all the wires are the right colors. Alright, there's that one. I'm also replacing the clutch lever, and it came with a new clutch switch. So I'm going to go ahead and find that wire and disconnect. Back to my coconut shell, 5-gauge screw. Okay, so I've got all the new parts installed. The clutch lever has a pretty stiff pull, but I adjusted it in closer to the handlebar. It's more doable. So I've got new switches on this side, new switches on that side, and the new clutch lever, of course. So now what I'm going to do is I just have a few wires to reconnect in here, and then I'm going to try to repair the original headlight socket because I ordered a new one and they sent me the wrong one. So I'm going to see if I can repair this one. Well, I've gotten the new headlight socket, and it was not, I couldn't get the OEM one. I had to get an aftermarket. It was not exactly plug and play, so I had to solder a couple of leads onto it to get the right connections. Fortunately, I have a little soldering iron here. I was able to do it. And I also got a tail light bulb, so I'm going to put a new bulb in the tail light, put the headlight socket in, and we'll see if everything works. Okay, there we go. The headlight is now working. So I'm going to put it back in its headlight bucket over here. Put it back in the headlight bucket and we should be in business. Okay, there we go. That's high beam, low beam, off. And my tail light is now working. Okay. So this switch, if I push it to the first position, it turns on just the tail light. If I push it to the second position, it turns on the headlight. And then high beam is here. My panel indicator's working. Okay, everything's working. Okay, well, there's the Rusi 125. Sitting there idling nicely, purring like a kitten. And all the lights work now. So, I'm happy. I was really concerned about this guy riding at night with no lights, which is not uncommon here in the Philippines. Yeah, turn signals are working. For some reason he has blue turn signals in the back. Yep. All the turn signals are working, and the headlights working, tail lights working, everything but the brake light. So he's going to have to use a hand signal for that. Anyway, the Rusi Tc-125 Macho. I'm done working on this bike now. I'm not going to do any more with it. Give it back to its owner. I think I'm going to take it out for a little test drive if it's not raining. I'm done. Everything's working. Almost. These bikes are very inexpensive, and yeah, they do a lot of work here in the Philippines. A lot of people are riding this bike. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel.